relax and settle in for a story that just might creep under your skin. Hello, Mandi Maniacs, and welcome back to another Spooky Storytime Sundays ASMR. It's the Sunday right before St. Patrick's Day, so I have a special story for you that I actually wrote myself. I wrote this story with a little revision help from AI, so I hope you guys enjoy it. It's called The Curse of the Emerald Glen. Deep in the rolling hills of Ireland, nestled within the thickest part of the Emerald Glen, there lived a small community of farmers. For generations, they lived peacefully, their lives untouched by the outside world. But legends, long whispered by the elders, warned of an ancient malevolent force lurking beneath the roots of the oak trees. The locals spoke of it in hushed tones, the leprechauns. These were no ordinary leprechauns, however. Unlike the gold-hoarding, mischievous creatures of folklore, the ones in the glen were creatures of darkness, twisted by centuries of isolation, bitterness, and pure evil. They fed on the fear of those who dared to wander too close to their territory. It was said that once you entered the glen, the leprechauns would mark you, and no amount of gold or promises could save you from their wrath. One evening, a group of young travelers, daring and naive, ventured into the glen. They heard only the lighthearted tales of leprechauns, enchanted by the idea of finding treasure hidden deep within the forest. Ignoring the villagers' warnings, they pushed their way through the thick underbrush, their laughter echoing among the trees. As night fell, the forest grew eerily quiet. The air turned still, too still. It felt as if the very earth was holding its breath, watching them. The travelers stumbled upon a small moss-covered stone well deep in the woods. At its base was an old iron lock, rusted with age, as if it had been forgotten by time. It was then that they heard it, the faintest sound, a high-pitched, mocking giggle. One of the travelers, Sarah, stepped closer to the wall. "Did you hear that?" she whispered, her voice shaking. The others fell silent, straining to listen. Another giggle, this time louder, followed by a voice that hissed from the shadows. "You are in our domain." The travelers froze. Out of the darkness emerged the first leprechaun. It was small, but its eyes burned with a malicious intelligence, glowing a sickly yellow. It grinned, revealing rows of sharp, jagged teeth like a shark. And then, as if summoned by some unspoken command, more of them appeared, dozens of them, their eyes shining with hunger. "We've been waiting for you," the first leprechaun growled, its voice raspy like the sound of dry leaves scraping against stone. "You trespass in our domain, and for that